the former senator from Maine, I think it was, who just did a review on baseball about drugs with Clemens, Bonds, and the rest. But he did mention how many children in America from 8th grade on up through college, including women athletes. See, this is something that people have kind of sloughed over. In this book, we don't name names. We are merely trying to touch an overall problem that, because of the money, and believe me, it's only because of the money. And I don't want to be critical here, but we're all culpable. The unions, the owners, the players, all of us. The managers, the so-called presidents of the boards, chairman of the boards, we're all culpable. But we fought as hard as we could to try to get it to a situation where people would pay attention to it because of what we think is the great, great harm that it's doing to the young people of America today. So Roz, I'll turn it over to you to take on a different tack, and maybe we can get into what the book is about, but take it wherever you want.
I think we want to go back a little bit. Let's backtrack to the early days of our time in racing. And we introduced Sunday racing to America. Good, bad, or indifferent was our idea. They said it couldn't be done. We lived in a very remote area of New England. And because I was a New Yorker, I said, you know, you get Sunday racing and you're going to get New Yorkers up here. And the owner of the racetrack said, you know, I think she's really off the mark. And I don't think it's ever going to happen, but we'll give it a shot. And we finally got approval from the state. And we started, and the buses from New York rolled into Little Pownell, Vermont, this beautiful little town in New England. And every Sunday the racetrack was packed and the parking lot was filled with bus loads full of New Yorkers. So it just took a little bit of imagination and determination. We had to convince the people of Vermont that we were above board people, that we weren't going to do anything dishonest, and it was going to add to their personal coffers lots of money, cut their taxes, which it did, cut their expenses, which it did, made a lot of people rich, which they'd never seen that much money in their lives before, and they lived better than they ever had before, all because we had a dream, we pursued it, and it came true, and it touched millions of people's lives. So when I look back upon some of the accomplishments of being in this field, I have to say to myself, you know, we helped a lot of people along the way. We gave a lot of people opportunities they've never had before. I'm proudest of that, of bringing people together, giving them a way to earn a living, doing a good job because they appreciated what was given to them. Never took advantage of it because they always knew that they had somebody to say, hey, you know what, don't get too big for your britches. You know, you've got a good job, don't blow it, do the right thing, and do the right thing by your owners, do the right thing by the people who come and expect a fair day's play. And Vin was very effective in racing, in horse racing especially, because there are so many dishonest sides to that profession, and it's very unfortunate. And we warned people about drugs in professional sports 40 years ago. We said drugs in professional sports is going to be the downfall of these industries. And today you can see that it's happening. Right now, racetracks around the country are going bankrupt, and it's now a sport where you have to give them something other than horse racing in a horse racing environment in order to bring them in. That doesn't make sense to me. If you're a horse racetrack, race your horses. Don't have cards. Don't have different ways of making money. do what you came here to do and do the best you can and do it honestly. And I think that's why we were successful in the business we were in professional sports. Unfortunately, people seem to ignore the fact that drugs was going to be the downfall of so many different professional sports. And it's happening all around us because people today are wiser, they're more suspect, they analyze, they want to see how, what, when, and why these different professional sports are going down the drain. It's because of dishonesty, it's because of drugs, and people know it. They pursue it, but they don't follow through. A lot of baseball players now are subject to investigation, but where is it going? Do you know how many different people and how many different months and years are going by, and still nothing effective is being done to curtail it? And it's going to be something that our children are growing up with and finding that, you know, I can make a lot of money. Nobody's going to catch me. Well, we're catching you. So those of you out there that might be watching us, play the game fairly. It's fun and it's good. It's good for your country. It's good for your families. It's good for your personal lives and your personal integrity. And don't try to put something off on somebody else that you're responsible for.